Okay, so we're going to investigate the behavior of this function f of x, which is x ln x, right? And we're gonna see what it's doing as you get closer and closer to 0 from the right. So what does that mean from the right? So if you draw a number line, right, and we have 0 here, that means we're gonna get closer and closer from this direction, right? So this is getting, this is 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to values of 0, to the value 0, and we have smaller values like 0 0.1, 0 0.001, 0 0.0001, etc. Okay, so what is this function going to do? Now obviously we can just plug in values of this equation and we can get the answer, right? So but it might be useful to remember that what this function, what the ln of x function looks like. Ln of x actually looks something like this, right? So if we have, this is f of x, this is x, right? Ln of x looks something like this. Very okay. So this function, as we get closer and closer to 0, gets it's f of x, which this is f of x equals ln of x, right? The natural log of x is not defined at x equals 0, so we can see that this is a vertical asymptote here, right? It goes down towards infinity. Okay, but just watch that we are also multiplying this by values of x, right? So if you plug in ln of x and 0.1, so natural log of 0.1, we get something like minus 2 point something, and then we multiply that by 0.1 again, we get minus 0.23. If you plug in the natural log of 0.001, multiply that by 0.001, you get something like minus 6.9 times 10 to the minus 3. Then we do the same thing again, natural log of 0.0001 times 0.0001. You get something like minus 9.2 times 10 to the minus 4. And I think you can see where this is going, right? So just do it one last time. 0. This thing and times 0.0001. We get minus 1.15 times 10 to the minus 4, right? And we get smaller and smaller. As you can see, if you get, as we plug in tinier and tinier numbers of x, we'll eventually get closer and closer to 0, right? Okay, so by the way, this is x, this is ln of x. So if we actually looked at the function like this, and we have the function x ln of x, it looks something like this. Okay, so this is f of x equals x ln of x. Okay, and it's useful to plot these out and get a familiarity with these functions. And you could check out liu.desmos.com and use the graphing calculator here to plug in different functions and see what they do. Okay.